Hello friends, hope you're all doing well today. I started a new knitting project recently. I'm getting ready for Christmas, making a bunch of stuff. I made two of these little baby hats. I think I might have shown you part of this, I can't remember. But yeah, you can see the little crisscross pattern here, and it's going to have two little ears up here as well. I made two because I have twin nieces that are 3 months old. So that's why they're so tiny. I'm going to make the ears in different colors, I think maybe one in green and one in purple or something like that. Just so like they can tell them apart because they're identical twins. I just started another project a couple days ago. I messed up a couple times, so this is my third time restarting. The first time I had a yarn, so let me show you the pattern. I'm making this hat. It printed kind of weird, but you can see it's like houndstooth pattern, and then a little poof ball at the top. So it's two colors. I started off the first time. My black yarn was too thin. It was much thinner than the white yarn, so the pattern just looked all like crooked and weird. And then the next time, I twisted it. So when you're working in the round, like on a circular needle, it's really important that you don't twist your work when you're joining. It's kind of hard to explain, but basically like you cast on the first row around here. You have to make sure it's all facing the same way when you join it, otherwise it gets twisted. And so I did that the second time, unfortunately, and I didn't notice until too late. I also did it this time. I don't know why. I don't really do that very often, but I messed up again, so you can't really see. There's like a slight little divot here, but I caught it by like the fourth row or something like that, so I was able to fix it without too much trouble. So yeah, third time's the charm. It's going well so far. I think these yarns are much closer in size, so hopefully the pattern will actually look good. So yeah, I am just finishing the ribbing. So this is a 2x2 rib, so that means 2 knit stitches and 2 purl stitches. So it's kind of hard to see because it's black, but let me see. Yeah, you really can't see that. There's like when you do a rib pattern, there's ridges basically, so it goes out in, out in. So that's what's going on here. So I've got maybe, I'm supposed to do this for 2 inches. I think I'm going to do this row and then one more row. And then I'm going to show you, I have to switch needle sizes, so I'm going to show you how to do that with the circular needles. And then I'm going to show you, I'm going to start some of the color working. So I'm going to join in the white yarn and show you how I work with 2 yarns. So yeah, it should be a nice little video. And then of course I'm just going to ramble because I always do that. Yeah, yesterday was my birthday. And it was a really great day. My partner just kind of spoiled me all day, treated me really, really nice, and made me breakfast in bed, and we went out and did a couple things that I really enjoyed doing. We went to a thrift store, and I got some really nice stuff there, and then we went to the Indian grocery store, and I really like going there because they have interesting produce and really cheap like beans and spices and rice and stuff like that, and also like cool snack foods that I don't usually get. So yeah, we went there and got a couple things, and then we had lunch together. We went to an Indian place, but it was not very good. Unfortunately, we tried a new place, and I will never go there again. But it was fun anyway, going and trying something new. And then we went to a park nearby that we'd never been to. Well, actually, I had been there before, but I didn't realize it. I'd been there like at night 2 years ago on my birthday with some friends. We actually went skinny dipping there. So it was cool going back. We went during the daytime, and we did some trash cleanup. Thankfully it wasn't a very dirty park. We're trying to get more into doing that, like to get more exercise and just to like explore more of our area and also like clean up trash, which I think is important to do. So, because I worry a lot about the environment, so for me it's like something concrete that I can do that I feel like I'm helping, even just a small amount. And it's not hard to do. You know, you just, ooh, sorry, that was a phone. It's not a real cat. It's not hard to do. You just take a bag with you on a walk. So yeah, we did that. I'm trying to think what else we did. We got dinner with a friend, which was fun, and just sort of relaxed. Yeah, it was a really good day. And then we played some music in the middle of the night, which was fun. I always like to play music, and you know, there's nothing quite like a 4 a.m. jam session to bring some spice to your life, I suppose. Yeah. So it was a really good birthday, and I also got a record. My partner got me this record that I really, really like. That's like pretty rare. So he had to get it from France and get it shipped over here. So I was totally not expecting that at all, but I was really excited to get that. And then I got some cards. I got a card from my grandma and a card from my aunt, which was sweet. And I got a lot of text messages, which was also sweet. I just felt very special. So yeah, it was a good birthday. Okay, I'm just finishing this row. I'm going to do probably one more. Let me measure it and see. It's okay if it's not exact. I'm knitting this for my brother's girlfriend, who I don't know very well, but she said she wanted something warm for Christmas. So I thought that was something that I could do, because I really like to knit things for people, and it's nice to knit them for people who appreciate them. And she dresses really nicely. She's got a very cute style. So I really hope she likes this. I hope it kind of goes with her look. I've only met her twice, so I don't really know, but, you know, worst case scenario, she hates it. Never wears it, gives it to a friend or something. I don't know. I think it's cute. I would wear it. So, and I think maybe I have pretty good taste. Well, of course I think that, but I hope she'll like it. It's going to be fun. I'll have to show you when I make the puff ball too, because that's always fun to do. I don't entirely remember how to do it. I've only done it like once or twice, but I can find out how to do it and show you. It's pretty easy, I remember. You just sort of have to like wrap the yarn around a bunch of times and then snip the ends to make it all poofy. Yeah, getting ready for Christmas. We got most of our gifts for people. Just a couple we still have to get. I have a pretty big family, so it's definitely like, I like to get something for everybody. But it's definitely like a lot. But I think it's good. I mean, I really like to get gifts for the people that are important to me. If it's something that they'll enjoy and appreciate, I think it's a way that I like to show my love for people. I mean, everyone has different ways of showing love for people. I think some people really like spending time with the people they love, or like giving them physical affection, or gifts. I don't know. I mean, I like all of those things, but for the people that you don't see very much, I think gifts are nice. And as we get older, we get our own families, you know, we're growing apart a little bit. And I live like 4 hours away from my parents, and they just, my youngest brother just started college this year, so my parents are having like the empty nest syndrome, a little bit, you know, feeling that sadness of one phase of life being over, but I think they're also, you know, it's bittersweet. I think they're happy, obviously happy to be grandparents, and it's cool for them to see their kids grow up and become adults with their own lives. So it's bittersweet, but I'm glad we're gonna go spend Christmas Eve and Christmas morning with my family, and then Christmas night or evening with my partner's family. So I think that'll be good. It'll be good to see both of them and make everybody happy. Okay, I'm almost done with this row. And I'll show you what these needles can do. These needles are very cool. I got these, I got this set as a gift a few years ago. It's like, I think it's rosewood. You can see it's really pretty. It's like a nice dark smooth wood. It's lightweight. It's a little heavier than bamboo, which I like. A lot of needles are made out of bamboo, but it's not metal, which I also like, because sometimes the metal needles, like, they can get really slippery, sort of, because when you're knitting, like, sometimes your hands sweat a little bit, and the metal, it just, like, it gets slippery and, like, sticky almost. I don't know. So these ones feel really nice in my hands, but this is an interchangeable needle set, so I'll show you what that means in just a sec. I'm almost done. So, these needles, they screw on here. So I'm currently using a size 6 needle, which is 4 millimeters, and I need to change to the size 7, which is 4.5 millimeters. So I've got this little key, and you stick it in the hole down here, and you just like untwist it, and then you can screw the needle off and then screw the new needle on. So that way you don't even have to like move your work to another set of needles. You can just keep it on the circular part. And the circular part, I've got a couple different sizes. So there's like a really long one, and this is medium, I think, and then there might be a short one even also. I don't remember. But yeah, there's like maybe 10 different needle sizes in it. So it's really, really nice because it's kind of a pain, you know, every time you want to start a new project, like, to see, oh, do I have the needles for it? Unless it's like really big or really small, I have the needles for it. I don't have double pointed needles for everything, which sometimes you need for like hats and stuff, but I make do with what I have. Okay, so now's the fun part. Oh crap, I forgot I have to do one thing. I was supposed to do this before I changed needle sizes, but it's okay. It's just one row. So this row, before I start the color working, I need to make one, knit 8, all the way around. Okay, so to make a stitch, I'm gonna spread it out and pick up this in the middle, and then I'm gonna knit into that. Oops. So there, I just made a stitch out of nothing. And then knit 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I think there's a couple different ways you can make stitches, but I like to do it this way because I feel like it looks really good. It's kind of hard. It's hard to even see where you do that. 4, 5, 6, one. Oh, come on. The problem with black is it's sort of hard to see like what you're doing. Make one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To make sure I get the whole stitch on there, I'm not splitting it. Okay. Make one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Almost there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This says to last 4 stitches, right? Okay. So that's having me stop like in the middle of a cycle. I hope that's correct. I'm always worried about getting off track, but you know, worst case scenario, I just add or take away some stitches. So okay, so then it says make one and then knit 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I was supposed to switch needles, but I already did. So now I'm going to follow chart 1. So here's chart 1. So the white is the light color and then the black is the dark color. So I'm just going to repeat this chart for a long time until I get to the smaller ones up here. So grab my white yarn do is half knit, like put my needle in the stitch, and then I'm going to grab the end and sort of just like lay it in between and then knit from there. And I knit 2 white stitches. So I've got this like loose end hanging here, so I have to make sure I keep it taut like the next row around so it doesn't fall out, and then I'm going to weave the end in at the end. Okay, so I do 2 white stitches and then I do 2 black stitches. So instead of grabbing the white, which is like from the stitch before, I'm going to reach back the 2 stitches and grab the black, pull it under the white, and then knit with that. And I have to make sure I keep it sort of loose, otherwise it'll pucker up, which I don't want. And then I do 4 white stitches. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to hold the black up, take the white, move it underneath the black stitch, and knit 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I restart the pattern. So basically I'm going to do 6 white, like from now on, so 4, then I start the pattern over, 1, 2, so there's going to be 6 white, 2 black, and then just alternate that till the end. So I don't know if that makes sense to you all. It's kind of hard to show, but it looks really cool if you get it right. You can do some really cool patterns. This one is pretty basic, but I mean, I've got like 3 weeks to finish this, and I'd like to knit at least 1 more thing, possibly 2, so I kind of have to keep it simple. And I think it still will look really great. It's just mostly simple because it's no like crazy stitches. It's just knit purl the whole way through. There's no like weird cabling or anything like that. So it's going to be pretty straightforward. It's pretty like just not mind-numbing, but like it's just straightforward. You know, it's something I can like watch TV and knit. Like if I'm doing a more complex thing, it sort of requires my whole energy and my whole attention. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know how long I'm going to keep this video going. I don't know how much y'all care. I don't know. I hope this is relaxing. I like watching people's hands. That's one of my ASMR triggers. Watching people's hands and listening to them ramble. So that's why I like to do that in my videos. I don't know. I hope you all like it. And really, like once you get into the groove of it, like you learn how to like kind of hook it with your finger, so it really can go pretty quickly. So yeah, just like hook it like there, and then hook it. I want to do some mittens at some point. Mittens and gloves are a little tricky because they've got fingers. Mittens are easier than gloves, of course, because there's fewer fingers that you have to do, but still a little complicated. I don't know that I'm going to get around to doing that before Christmas, and I think I might want to make them for myself anyway, so maybe I'll do that. You know, now that it's winter and it gets dark so early, I find myself inside, like, looking for things to do more. So, yeah, I always enjoy knitting, like, when I'm in that sort of state of mind. Like, if I'm restless, then it's not a very good thing for me to do. Sometimes it helps me calm down, but, you know, usually there's things I would rather do if I'm feeling restless. But now it's getting cold and I'm getting in that mood to knit a little bit more. Plus I, you know, need warm things. I have some mittens, but I would rather wear ones that I made myself than other ones. And I can do like a really cool Fair Isle knitting pattern. I'll show you a book in just a sec. I'm just going to finish this row and then I'll show you a book of like the kind of pattern that I want to do. This is so weird. I'm worried. I'm going to have to count stitches because I feel like somehow I got messed up. It's supposed to be 104 stitches, but like it didn't end on a like on the end of the pattern. Is 104 divisible by 8? Hold on, I can do this. It must be, because 120 is, and 96 is, okay, yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna count real fast. See what I messed up on. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Oh, crap. Sorry, I lost my stitch. There it is. Okay, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, How did I get so many extra stitches? Okay, I gotta fix this row before I get any farther. So I'm gonna go back and just knit some together, I guess. Knit a couple stitches together. So I'm frogging right now, which is my least favorite thing to do while knitting. But basically that just means ripping out your stitches. So yeah, I don't know how that happened, but it did. I hate frogging because it's really easy to get messed up and like make it worse. Like you have to do it if you mess up, but it's so much easier to mess up again once you frog because you can drop stitches and stuff like that. Okay, so I have to get rid of 5 stitches. Hoop. But I have to fix it this row because this is the row that the pattern is established, and it would look really bad if like the pattern's messed up on the first row. Now that it's like very visible now with the white being in there, so I have to fix it. I'm just worried it's gonna pucker here. Because I'm decreasing so many stitches all in the same place. knit two together for these. Well, okay, I'll get rid of one more. So that way maybe I don't have to do it every stitch. Okay. So let's try this again. So I'm going to knit 2 stitches together. So that means that I'm going through 2 stitches instead of 1. So that way my total stitch count is being decreased by 1. Okay, well, it doesn't look too terrible. I'm just going to start the next row, because this is where my, like the loose end is, so I don't want to leave it like that. And the second row is the same as the first of this pattern, so I'm just going to go and repeat that. I'll just get like 4 stitches in, that way it won't pull out. So, here we go. You can see we started the houndstooth. I'll show you maybe even some getting closer to the end, what it's looking like. It only looks good from the outside though. The thing with colorworking is the inside looks like a mess. Like you can see where we've pulled the stitching across, it just looks like a mess. So I'll show you that as well when we get close to the end. I'll like turn it inside out for you so you can see. Let me grab that book. I just want to show you the Fair Isle knitting just so you can see what I'm thinking of. And I've cut this book up a lot because I use it for collage, so I'm not going to use this as like patterns probably, but Fair Isle knitting is a special type of knitting. Where is it from? I think it's like Shetland? Here it is. Oh, I can probably find it in this book. Probably will tell me. I mean, there's an island, I guess. Fair Isle. It's between Shetland and Orkney. So here is Fair Isle right here. And it's really tiny. And this is a special type of knitting that I guess originated there. I haven't read this book, but it's distinctive because it's got these types of patterns. So I'm sure you've seen these, but it's very elaborate color working. You know, just really beautiful patterns with lots of like elaborate detail work. So I'd like to make some mittens in this kind of pattern. But yeah, I really like to use like this stuff in my collages. I feel like it adds good stuff. Oh, let me show you this collage I'm working on, and then I'm gonna turn this off because this video is getting long. Just a sec. Oh no. Okay, so I got a little bit bent because I didn't store it in a very good way, so I'm gonna have to like kind of fix this. I need to re-glue some parts, but here's what I got so far. Goodbye, Norma Jean. So Norma Jean is Marilyn Monroe. I found this magazine at a friend's house that they were getting rid of that was like all about Marilyn Monroe, about her life and stuff, and it had a bunch of pictures of her. So I just cut out some pictures and kind of did my own thing with them. I feel like she was like sort of put in a glass cage in a way, so you can see that's what I've got going on here. And yeah, I'm still working on this. This is like, I did this all in one night and then just sort of needed to step away from it to figure out what it needs. I still don't know what it needs, but inspiration will strike soon enough, I'm sure. It always does. So yeah, I think that's all I got for you right now. I'm going to make another video soon, maybe as I'm finishing up the hat, and I'll show you how to make a little puffball. And then hopefully I'll have another project that I'm working on before Christmas. I have to make something for another person I don't know very well, but knit things are always good. I've got these little booties, I'm wearing these right now. They're like little slippers type things. I love them. I knit these for myself a couple years ago, and they're great. They're nice and warm, and they go like inside of your socks, and you can just walk around the house in them. So maybe I'll try to find that pattern again and knit some of those for somebody. We'll see. Okay, well, that's all for now. Thanks for watching if you made it this far. Hope you all have a great week.